What's going on, everybody? Prezy with the first. Okay, that's new. Respect. Hey, what's going on, Skydive? Good evening. Hello. Y'all saw the shirt, buy the dip. Cool. Good lord, it was a bloodbath in the market today? Yes, it was. And half the reason for it was because everyone was expecting it to be a bloodbath today because of the inflation discussion that Powell was to have today. So everyone was already terrified, and that kind of sparked the inevitable. It was the rumor sell-off. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. Today was rough. Absolutely. How's everybody doing today? See that tweet that you tagged me in? Actually, I have not checked Twitter in a bit. I've been super busy. Let's check it out. Do I see the second comment? Skip the games and movies and GMC and AMC, GME and AMC under Matt Wallace. Skip. Skip GME and AMC and crush the shorts who are shorting Tesla and Doge. Ooh, that would be a play. That's interesting. Now, let's look at that real time and just see how many likes he got. Because I did see that tweet and Matt Wallace's response. But let's just check the ratio and see if anything started. Let's see. Oh, that's what he's saying the Elon tweet meant? Interesting. I'm thinking. Interesting. That is an interesting way of looking at it. Sorry, I forgot I was not sharing my actual screen. Hang on. All right, there we go. Should I leave the scrolling chat on the screen, or are you guys just more comfortable looking at it on like your phone anyway? You know, do you guys actually read the chat as it's scrolling on the video? How I have it up there? Let me see. You guys, if you don't mind hitting that like button, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's what he's saying. The Elon tweet meant. Hey, Skydive. Country Raisins, what's going on? Bought the dip at 31, buying the dip now at 30.302, and still have some left if we go to 28. Nice. That's what I like to hear. You are in there. You are ready for the rocket, my man. Preezy says, the Elon tweet about movies and games. Yeah. So he's saying, let's... Oh, you can't see it? All right. Then what I'll do is just turn it off. Because if no one can really see it, it's probably just annoying. So I'm just going to turn it off until someone requests it back. just do something like that. All right. So this is a really interesting read. Skip the original video games, GameStop, and skip movies, AMC, and go straight to the sequel, Doge. The sequel. I'm just trying to think of any other plays into the sequel. Yeah, he could mean let's move on from shorting these guys. I mean, from squeezing these and crush the shorts that are in the next thing. So the sequel. But what if he doesn't mean crushing the shorts? I'm just trying to think of this from different angles. What if he means skip video games and movies and go straight to the sequel? Trying to think. Yeah, part 2 of the Bull Run. Right. He could be saying, if he's not even just talking about crushing the shorts, he could just be saying, let's just skip GameStop and AMC, how they are meme buying in, and go straight into the next play, which does mean kind of the same thing, but it might not have anything to do with Tesla. He could just be saying, let's go into the next thing, which is Doge. Like, let's take our meme buying power and move on. So that's interesting. The sequel. Doge 2? Doge, the Doge update? Doge version 2? Maybe that's what because I'm thinking, like, maybe he didn't put much thought into that last little part, go straight to the sequel, but maybe he did. Because there's no direct sequel to original video games. There's no direct sequel to, like, movies. He was using wordplay there, but knowing Elon Musk, he might have had something very specific in mind, just in the way that he might have been saying original video games is GameStop, movies is AMC, sequel is, like, because we know that there's going to be a Doge update coming out soon. So he could just be saying, let's move the hype from these things to Doge version 2, the major update that's about to come, and everybody start buying that up. Maybe. Or maybe he didn't think that hard into it. But it's always fun to try and guess. Thank you all so much for your support tonight. If you don't mind, smash that like button. I really appreciate it. It helps. It really is the main thing that supports my channel and keeps viewers in here. So if you don't mind, smash it. Thank you so much. And get back to part 2 of the run. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Preezy. Might not even be Tesla at all. So I think Doge Army General was right. I just don't think. I think the crush the shorts who are shorting Tesla part was off, and that Elon just meant let's get back to Doge. And maybe he's saying that because he knows that the Doge update, like Stankus mentioned in the Discord group, that there's some news from some of the devs that the next update to Doge is pretty far along, and it's going to bring a lot of nice things, including reduced transaction fees. Hey, now we've got some of the OGs in here. That's what I like to see. Slow start to the stream. By the way, again, I'm trying to keep my streams while there's not much going on in the market to like 30 minutes. Once we get more exciting stuff, I'll lengthen it back to like an hour, maybe 2 hours. But for the most part, if there's not a lot of content, I don't want to just drag it. I prefer for them to be more condensed and to the point. And that way, even if we have like a 30-minute condensed, informative stream, people that missed it, it'll be more obtainable and more reasonable for those people that missed it to go back and watch it. SpaceX coin? Hey, you said it, not me. I would love to see an Elon coin. Like an Elon crypto. Just bought Bitcoin. Nice. Hey, what's up, Alark? So many people are now accepting it. Plus, wallets are coming available to store it, and it's being talked about so much in the news and the market. I can't see us not having a run soon. Yeah, it's just the calm before the storm. People really start sleeping on stuff when it trades sideways for a little bit too long for their comfort, and then they just forget about it like it never existed. And then next thing you know, they check their phone, and just like Doge when it was 4 to 5 cents after it made the move up to 4 to 5 cents, everybody was completely asleep, even myself. Next thing I know, Doge is at 19 cents going into the 20s, and I missed a 4x opportunity. So those people will lose, but now we are making sure we're on the right side these days. AMC is exciting. Let's get crypto going. Dip opportunities. I agree. Cool. So let's go ahead and get right into this, guys. And then, yeah, it's already like 10:30. So we'll start off with the usual, which means we'll start off with the Doge. What's new with the Doge? Well, actually, there is a little bit new with the Doge to talk about. All right. And no, what's new with the Doge is not any breaking news per se. Now, I can share a few things that Stank has shared with me, but we really don't have many people here. I don't know if I want to read it again. We only have like 3 viewers. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, so with the Doge, nothing really special is happening overall. As you can see here, nothing looks particularly great. We've still been hanging around the 200 EMA, which the price action is controlling anyway. So just saying that doesn't mean that much. That was pretty bad here. So just saying that doesn't really mean that much. Now, let's put this back to music loud? I thought I turned it down. Oh, it is loud. All right. Thank you. Good call. Skydive 4 to 450. My 4-month prediction from the start of the second run. It's getting more publicity than Bitcoin lately. Yeah. Hey, what's going on, Bryce? Anything to worry about? Actually, not that much. And that's kind of what's new with Doge. All right. So as we wrap up the summary that we literally just started a Dogecoin, it is still trading sideways right around the 30 to 32 cent average. Nothing has really changed here. Nothing new to report. The good thing is, this is what my fear was as of 2 days ago and going into yesterday, was that when Bitcoin was at around 41,000, Dogecoin, all right, so when was this? 6:15 at 15:30. 6:15, 15:30. So Doge really was not that high at this point. Doge was somewhere around 32 cents at the high of near 42,000 Bitcoin. My fear was that since we didn't move up very far with Bitcoin when it ran up, that we might still follow it on the way down. So we're still catching a move down, but from not up high. So from here, moving down at the same rate that we normally would, which would mean right now we'd be Doge 20s. That was my concern. The only reason I was hoping and really thinking there was a chance that that would not happen is because we know all of the catalysts that we have for Dogecoin. Yes, it is sleeping, and yes, it is extremely boring right now, but it's not dead by any means. The market is just dead, all right, but not Dogecoin in itself. So there's no reason for Doge to just randomly start crashing on its own and losing all of its own strength for fundamental reasons that it built up and acquired that strength from. So I did have faith in it, but things were just not looking good, especially when the whole market stopped following Bitcoin up and only started following it down. Great news is that Bitcoin has fallen, and now it's all the way, that's not great news. We wanted Bitcoin to make its run and the market to recover, but since we couldn't get that, the great news is that though Bitcoin fell from 41,000 all the way down to currently 37, Doge has only moved like 1.5 cents, which is absolutely incredible. So we can kind of see the resilience of Dogecoin here. Doge is not falling and not just dumping down into the 20s. Now, that's not to say if you get Bitcoin 35 or 34 or 33, that Doge is not going to be 29 or maybe high 28s. All right, but Doge is not crashing. So that is awesome. And Doge is actually holding its own, which is great. Now, let's compare that to something like Ethereum. And Doge is actually doing better than Ethereum, so that's pretty cool. If you go to CoinMarketCap, now I don't know if this will reflect today, but we can definitely take a look and see. So Bitcoin is down 4% over the last 24 hours. Ethereum is down well, let's just be specific. Bitcoin's down 3.85% over the last 24 hours, okay? Ethereum's down even more than Bitcoin is at 4.53, but Dogecoin is down less than Bitcoin at 3.37. So you can see the difference. Cardano is down the most out of all of them at 5.13% down over the last day, and XRP has been holding its own the best recently. So there's that. But that's also because it fell the hardest. So, but yeah, very interesting, guys. Dogecoin out of the top 5, because let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I guess you gotta include XRP. Well, Binance Coin technically is not just like a US dollar. So let's pretend Tether doesn't exist, and we'll say Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, Cardano, Doge. Out of the top 5, Dogecoin really is holding the best. Now, you could say Binance Coin is holding, the 0.8% better, but Binance Coin is also $347 per, and it's tied to an exchange. So it's a little bit different. XRP, I don't really count XRP right now. I don't know how I feel about it, so I'm not really looking at it. But Doge is doing the best, all right? Doge is doing the best out of the ones that are really relevant. Now, that's Dogecoin. So whenever you're looking at your altcoin list on Webull or whatever, and you're like, man, Doge is a dud. Doge is doing the best out of all of them. So you're calling the whole crypto market a dud, and you are correct. All right, but don't blame it on Dogecoin. Doge is doing the best, and it's doing the best that it can. So that is that. As for Bitcoin, it kind of lost its chance here. So expectations aren't super high. It fell a little hard under the 200 EMA. You would have wanted to see a cleaner reversal if it was going to hold. At this point, I'm not so convinced. Elon's going to need to work some more magic on Twitter to get this thing pumped up. It needs some air. It needs the pump guy. So we don't have the pump guy right now, unfortunately. So that takes care of crypto. All of them are still doing pretty bad. The whole crypto market's not looking great, but everything is at a dip. So, and it doesn't look like it's going to keep really like dipping much further. So this is the point where we're pretty much sitting at what looks to be the bottom. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but with the stability that we have at these prices across the entire board, that's Doge 29 cents and higher, or 30 and higher. That's Ethereum 22, like mid 2250 and higher. Cardano right around 150, and Bitcoin, in its little fluctuation window here. Regardless of Bitcoin, the rest, they found kind of their floor, their short-term floor, and we're sitting on them across the board. So if you are looking to invest, don't wait too long, and at least start scaling in now would be probably my recommendation. If it was my money, I'd at least be scaling in now 50%, 75% if I didn't feel comfortable 100%, because you are, regardless of if the dip dips a little bit more, you're at a pretty good price right now, and it's probably not going to go much lower. So started nickel and dime stuff too much, and you're going to end up missing out on some money. Also, for those that did not see, buy the dip. See that shirt? Yeah. Live it. Don't just say it. Live it. Wear it. Buy it. All right. Anyway. So let's move on to the next things here. Actually, let me read comments because you might have been talking about Doge. Anything to worry about? Nothing to worry about at this moment, Breezy. I mean, Bryce. I mixed Bryce and Breezy together. I said Breezy. Chris Brown. Yeah, nothing to worry about. We are stable. So that's cool. Nothing at this moment. Tomorrow might be a whole new day, though. So we'll check it out tomorrow. Yeah, that would be. had to push the Doge in my back pocket and move on. I respect that. You're having fun with AMC and other stocks. Cool. The Doge was taking its toll on me. Hey, I completely respect that. Now, if you're not super familiar with the stock market and trading that, be careful when you go venture out from crypto. If this was really your first venture into like investing in a market, whether that's the crypto side, Forex, or stock market, if Dogecoin was your first, keep in mind trading is extremely complicated and difficult and heavily manipulated. So be very careful with your money when you go into the stock market. What I've been doing is calling out the simplest plays that I can think of with the most predictable price action, so that us here in this group can make easy, quick money. All right. Now, if you want to be like a full-time day trader or something, you're going to need to do a little more research and, look into a little more content that starts covering more variety of stocks. But here, the main focus is on cryptocurrency at this moment. I came from the stock market, but at this moment, my focus tends to be more on crypto, and then the stock market as a secondary. And really the stock market as a secondary because that's where a lot of the crypto buyers are. The people that were buying up Doge, our support, a lot of them are in AMC and GameStop and Workhorse and BlackBerry and Wendy's right now and Clove. So we kind of look at Doge, Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin, and Cardano and Shib. And then the stock market is usually GameStop, AMC, Workhorse, BlackBerry, Clove, and Wendy's, the meme stocks. So we've got like our 6 and 6. If you want to start investing beyond that and really start messing with small market cap and large cap and mid cap and shorting and long and options, and then actually trading the stock market beyond the meme stocks that don't really, they're just not really following fundamentals very much, that's going to take a lot more training. So just be careful if you do decide to do that. Don't get too confident. But also a very, very, very good idea, and it's what I've been doing too. When the market's trading sideways, it's much better to find, if you feel the need to trade something that's actually providing you with a play versus trying to find a play where a play does not exist. Because that's how you end up losing money. So for example, if you're trying to scalp Dogecoin right now while the volatility is at like an all-time low, you are going to end up not making money. This is not scalpable right here, and it doesn't make sense to even try. So if you're needing to trade, it just doesn't make sense to be trading Doge right now. So if you either trade a small market cap cryptocurrency or you go into the meme stocks or something like that. That's a 13x in 4 months. 13x in 4 months is what AMC did. So if you get all those people, Doge will be the same. Yeah, if they really pump it. The only thing is there was short, like high, heavy shorting going on there. So there's a bit of a squeeze. A lot of momentum. A lot of people that just wanted to buy to drive the price up to try and get try and trigger a short squeeze, because they knew at that point that the hedge funds would then be buying it up and then yanking the price even higher for them, and they would just get to ride it out. But Dogecoin, unfortunately, is not quite in that situation. So it's going to be hard to get those meme stock buyers to do the same thing without the same potential result, like reward for them. Play of the day was James Harden over 16.5 points. Bitcoin at 200K. Oh, I'd love that. Tomorrow, AMC drops. You got a good profit from it today. Your first experience been day trading AMC. Awesome. And I'm glad to hear that. And for those of you that have joined the Discord group, hopefully you've been able to make profit off the plays, because each play we've been calling out for the last couple days has been accurate. So if you just traded the play that I called out at the price point, you should be up pretty substantially. So that's cool. But anyway, let's talk about some of those plays. And that is the segue away from Dogecoin into AMC. Woo! Okay, so we'll start with AMC here. AMC, a lot of you call it the first profit. A lot of you call it the second profit. Cool. All right, but the point is, AMC, since here, has been in this consolidation between like 50 and 60 bucks. I mean, sorry, not since there. That was just one day. just this whole thing here, you can see how it respected certain levels. It was like 50, like 50 here, 50, mid 50s, high somewhere around 60. And you see 60, 60, 60, 60, then a little break, back to 60 consolidation, another test of 60, and then a sell-off down to, 51. We'll just call that 50, and another touchdown here close to 50. And then highs back up near 60. So 50 to 60 is like the range. And then, it might peak below it every once in a while, but really it's been trying to peak above it and hold above it. So overall, the sentiment here is still a bit bullish. It still cannot be written off when you look at this, because let's just draw the 50 to 60 window. Okay, and notice how, has it ever, since this whole thing started, really, since it's got here, has it dipped below it? Not really even close. It only stopped at 50, 52, really. Barely even got down into the 51s. But multiple times it's gone up to, above 60, 64, 63, 60, higher, almost 64 again. And it's still not dying. That's the thing. With meme stocks, I say this, and I say every day that I say this every day. But it is not over till it's over. Everything is a dip, and until it dies, it's not dead. Okay, that's the way that the meme stock traders think. That is not how I think, but that's the way they think. And if you're trying to join in their play, you need to think like them. You need to become them. Blend in with the crowd and ride the wave. That's all you got to do. There's no point in trading against the grain. Just go with it. Go with the flow. Wherever the price is going to take you, ride it if that's in the upward direction, and make your money. That's it. It is not too complicated. So, overall, we can see the AMC apes don't want to stop aping out. They want to keep buying. So, when you see a dip and you see a reversal, you just come on in with them. You see, okay, it stopped. It's moving up. All right, I'm going to buy in on confirmation that we're holding here and just keep riding the wave up with them. That's how you trade it. And you keep it simple, and then you just set the thing in stock market is that, unlike cryptocurrency, which they are tending to increase in value over time, kind of no matter what, because it's so brand new and all of that. That's why it's so much safer, because there's much higher upward potential at any given time right now than there is down, and there's very few reasons for a cryptocurrency to go down in value. But in the stock market, the price of the asset is just determined by a billion different things, and if you're not keeping track with all of those different things, you could miss the catalyst that indicates there's going to be a drop off in price, and there could not be a recovery for longer than you want to stay in this position. So you will end up having to either have your money tied up or cut at a loss. Basically, they say you don't lose until you sell, but that is not true, because if you could have been making money elsewhere with that money, you are losing money. So I don't agree with that statement whatsoever. That's why you got to trade these different. So with AMC, GameStop, all that, you need to kind of have a stop loss in mind. So what's your lowest price that you'll let this thing go before you say, you know what, I was wrong. I'm just going to cut this at a loss and stop the bleeding. All right. That's how you day trade. Usually that will be somewhere right near support, and hopefully you're buying near support so that your loss won't be very, very large. Anyway, I got to stop rambling because I was trying to keep this stream short. So yeah, long story short, you can see the ups, the downs, had a dip down here, double dip, and then a large rejection out of the hole. Now it's trading sideways into aftermarket, which is actually a bullish sign, especially since it closed right at about $60, and that's right where the 200 EMA line is, and it's holding above it. Tomorrow, as long as this thing doesn't sell off down into mid 50s, I would expect probably the way this is looking, I think that it's not even going to trade sideways in pre-market. I think it's going to start gapping up a little bit, be somewhere around 61-ish, maybe mid 61 to 62 at market open. Maybe you get a little bit of a profit take, but tomorrow could be a big day for AMC. So if you sold already, cool. Scalping, taking, buying low, selling high, that's always the play. But you might be able to find a re-entry, but just don't FOMO buy into it. Be happy with what you have. And if you see an opportunity, take it early on. Don't say, I might. I don't know if I will, though, and let the play start forming itself. and then start looking for a buy and decide to buy. Have your mental already ready to say, I'm either going to look for an AMC play tomorrow or I'm not. And that will keep you from FOMO buying, because a lot of times what happens is you say, oh, I'm good, I made so much off this move, and then the next day comes, you're like, I wonder if anything's going to happen on AMC, but you know what, I'm good, so I'm not anxious to buy in. And then you just wait too long, and then FOMO kicks in, and you're like, I'm just going to jump in. That is beginner trader fail mistake 101. That's how you lose money. So plan as early in advance as you possibly can. If you can plan tomorrow out, cool. If you can plan the next day out, even better. But yeah, that's what I think for tomorrow. If it fails here, I'd be a little surprised, but at the same time, anything's possible. So anything's possible with meme stocks, but it looks strong. It looks strong. Let's see. Two things that won't change. I will hold my Doge and I'll listen to the stream until I'm banned. Hey, that's what I like to hear. Hold that Doge. And I love your support, man. Thank you, Gilbert. Yeah, there's not really any banning here. I had to ban one person that was being obnoxious and extremely rude and typing in all caps. I don't know if you remember that one night, but you know, just normal people, absolutely not. And everyone else asked me to get rid of her before I even did. So, you were nervous, got stuck at 55.50 yesterday, dropped overnight, thought it was going to tank, but didn't panic, and you got a sell at 61. Sweet. Yeah, that's a nice sell. Good stuff. That is right near the top of that first substantial move, so that was a pretty good cut. Good stuff, Ray. Fridays have been rough on it. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Now, flipping over to GameStop. This is kind of just the roach that won't die, even though it should be dead, and you thought you sprayed it with the roach spray, but the thing is still kicking. Some woman calling names, yeah, she was not very nice at all. Very entitled, and obviously trolling, so she had to go. So, yeah, like I keep saying, massive run up, 34, a fail to reach that level the next time at 32, sell off, consolidation, sell off. It's just been doing this chomp pattern here, but now it's doing this little stair step move here where it's trying to range up. But this last stair step it did was actually really weak. I don't know if you can see that. So it went like this, nice strong move up, this, and then like a weak move up, and then it failed to break through the 200 EMA and just did this weird little fail here in a sideways trade to where this day's close, which was today at after hours, is only like a couple bucks, like $2 above where it was at like all of yesterday. So GameStop's trading extremely sideways right now. It's a completely mixed bag in my opinion. All I've noticed is when meme stocks overall are doing well, each one of them tends to at least be in the green. But when one of them is doing extremely well, it starts to get the attention from the others. And so it starts to steal the gains. And so people will sell off some of their GameStop shares to join in the AMC, and the Workhorse and the BlackBerry, Clove, and Wendy's people will sell some of their shares to join in on AMC. And so those usually will kind of trade maybe just a little up, but more so just sideways. And then AMC will be up like 15% when these are up like 3. All right. Or if it's doing really well and GameStop already wasn't setting up too well, then there could be a sell-off. So with GameStop, I am pretty much 50-50 split here. With the ape community, it makes more sense for it to go up here and start heading back up and retest and then try and break through the 200 EMA. But from a strictly technical analysis perspective, this whole move right here and then just trading sideways and no bounce back, to me that's very bearish, because normally when it's actually at the dip, and you know we've talked about this before when we were doing TA on the previously volatile Dogecoin, when things hit the dip point, usually they reject out really hard and start heading back up to the area of value. Instead, this dumped and has been trading sideways, like flatline sideways at the bottom, and it's just pulling the 200 EMA average price indicator down with it to just show like this is the new average price, and there's no recovery bounce. So technically it looks bearish, but technicals are not super important when you are trading meme stocks. There's no reason that GameStop should have hit 500 bucks fundamentally, other than like the short squeeze and now the army just saying, you know, we belong up here, so we're just going to keep buying and not sell. If you look at the value of GameStop, we already talked about this before. This is where it came from. All right. Highs of $63 when GameStop was at its best before all this digital stuff. All right. Then the Reddit army said, actually, forget technicals, forget fundamentals. We are the apes. And they just did that. Okay. So with these stocks, fundamentals only mean but so much, and technicals. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. If you bump down the time frame, you'll get some different results though. So you can see we're much closer to the 200 EMA, whether that's slightly on the top or slightly on the bottom or right in the middle of it across all time frames. But I still just think overall, this is looking a little bearish. And then here's the other bullish potential sentiment here, is that this could be still a cup and handle that was just a little massive. You know, the move up, the cupping, and then the handle. And that now this is just going to be like the gradual recovery here, and then the breakout. So if that is the case, it looks like this recovery is going to take a while. But so yeah, so basically for tomorrow, yes, technically it looks bearish, but very well could be bullish. So literally just check pre-market, check the first couple minutes of market open, and that'll probably just answer that question. It's a little just too hard to gauge off technical analysis. Jessica, yes, it was Jessica. And then finally, let's check the lesser knowns here. Workhorse has lost all of its trading volume. Look at this today. That is pretty horrific. All right, so I'm not even going to look at Workhorse until further notice. Actually, I'm just going to set an alert and say notify me if the price goes back above. It looks like it lost volume after it dumped down here again. So I'm just going to say notify me if the price comes back up here. And we're just going to forget about this one for the time being. So create an alert above. There we go. Will it create? So that's that one. And then going to BlackBerry. BlackBerry's also not looking so good. It is doing what I thought it was going to do with the curve move here. 14. Just got to zoom out a bit. Okay. Well, that's not terrible. Had the run up, and now a sell off, and now this like curving reclaim of the 200. BlackBerry could be something to keep your eyes on. Maybe this was the dip here, and now it's recovering a bit. So let me just set something like here. Yeah, so just to notify me if the price starts going up tomorrow, because I'm not planning to really have my screen on it, but if it starts running up, I would like to know. But yeah, so just in conclusion, guys, because this is gonna wrap up the stream. Yeah, Jessica was that person we had to ban. And again, thank you guys for supporting. Really appreciate it, and hopefully you guys are learning from these streams and keeping these plays in mind for the next day. And if you're free, not busy, take a look at the price targets, see when they hit, and consider a trade, even if it's of small size. If you want to trade any of these plays, a lot of people have been successful. So and if you're new to this stream, new to the channel, click the subscribe button. Just click it and catch the next stream tomorrow, because we do these 7 days a week. But anyway, to wrap this up, GameStop overall, I'm thinking bearish. I don't know how far this dumps, probably not far. The apes have been really resilient in keeping the price up, and it is kind of stair-stepping up. But overall, just this whole price area to me is bearish. But anything can happen. It's like 50-50 split. I really don't even want to say bearish here. It could very well go up, and then if it breaks the 200 EMA, who knows, 240s. Okay, but I'm still going to say bearish on GameStop. AMC. That's not AMC. AMC, I'm bullish on that. All right, it did this cup here, the handle, and it's looking like it wants to do something tomorrow. So I'm just going to keep an eye on that. I would expect bullish movement from this and bearish from GameStop, but keep your eyes on both. And really, that's the only two plays I see tomorrow of our usual 12. Dogecoin, It's looking like an absolute flop for short-term trading. I would not mess with it, all right? Because until Bitcoin decides to make some significant moves up, everything in the crypto space is stale. It is going to continue trading sideways. No major fluctuations in price unless something crazy happens, like a Elon tweet or something else. But that just means, by all means, buy in if you want to buy and hold at the discount now. But if you're trying to trade something, it's not going to be this. This is just a buy. That's all. Not a buy, sell, buy, sell. All right. And then finally, let's do Shiba Inu. All right. This is the final time I'm going to call out this play, I hope. And this is TradingView. Shiba Inu, my most hated stock that I have been drawn to. This is what I said was going to happen, and this was the play I said to keep your eye on. Basically, Shib got major news from Coinbase that it was going to be accepted and brought on, just like Doge recently was brought on. That was an absolutely insane catalyst for Shiba Inu, because Shib, up to this point, has been, useless. It hasn't really been good for anything, except for just the hype, buying into the hype. It had its pump on Doge Day, on SNL Day, sold off, and has never come back. It's never had like a potential use case spread around or anything. It's just people buying Shib because they want to buy Shib because they like the dog. All right. The only catalyst that they kind of had down the line was potentially Shiba Swap, which would be an exchange and let you exchange Shib for other things. Just another exchange, all right, based on the Ethereum network, which would have grew the price a little bit, for sure, but that hasn't happened yet. Then out of nowhere, Coinbase Pro announced that they were going to be accepting Shib and a few other cryptocurrencies for Coinbase Pro. So that's a major catalyst, right? Then all of a sudden, and they said that was supposed to be today, this morning. All of a sudden, yesterday, they said, we are experiencing technical issues that will temporarily delay the launch of Shib on Coinbase Pro. At this time, now we're reverting and disabling the deposits that they had just enabled, but you could still take your money out. But no longer can you put money in expectation that you'll be able to trade it. We're just going to let you take your money back out, and until further notice, we're not doing the Coinbase thing. So that's where this roller coaster came in, where we had, off the announcement, the good news, Shib moved up 33%. Okay, and then once they tweeted this yesterday, I said, guys, if you wanted in on Shib, now it has a potential catalyst that's going to make the price probably a little more stable at this range. But then it also, now you have an opportunity to play off the fear sell-off that's going to come next. Because anybody seeing this that bought into the Coinbase hype, now they're seeing, hey, Coinbase say, actually, maybe not. We need some more time. This isn't ready yet. They're going to sell off in fear that this catalyst may not end up following through at this point, and that they'll go back on their word, because that's the way this is looking like, a cancellation. And so I said, expect a sell off to low 800s or 8,000s or whatever you want to call these units, low 8,000 units to high 7,000s. And sure enough, we sold off right to low 8s, and now we're at high 7s. Then today came, they brought on the other cryptos and have not put out an update today on Shib. So why did my thing just freeze? They have not put out an update on Shib last time I checked. Let's see. Wow, and they accepted all that. That's sad. Sad for the Shib people. So what you have now is a Shib dip buy opportunity, because the thing that's going to happen now, and it's pretty much guaranteed, is as soon as Coinbase Pro says, actually, we're going to go ahead and take Shib, just like we planned. We got the issue fixed. You can start your deposits again. Shib is going to go straight back up. And then when they do the Coinbase full announcement a couple hours after that, Shib is going to be back probably somewhere high 8s to 9s, maybe up to 1,000 again. So pretty free dip buy opportunity to chuck a couple $100 at if that's what you're into. I already did, so I'm just waiting for it to ride up. Free dip buy. Buy the fear, and then sell when everybody's super happy before they end up getting burned. We'll watch AMC in the morning. You hit the like button. Press that like button, not look at it. That is the spirit, man. You are the man. I appreciate that, Jared. Good night, Tony. Another excellent stream. See you on campus. Appreciate that. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight. Hope you caught those plays. GameStop probably bearish. AMC probably bullish. Keep an eye on both of those pre-market because either one they could flip-flop. I don't know, but that's just the way the technical analysis is looking. And if AMC holds at 60 and starts moving back up, we could see 70s. And if it goes 70s, we could see 80s, 90s, where that could be a squeeze. So just start looking at that. GameStop, I think, is going to sell off. But if not, that could be up to like 230, 240. We'll see. Dogecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum still probably trading sideways. And Shib is at the dip buy opportunity right now. So that is something you could probably just buy into after the stream ends and come back in a couple days and have like a 30% return on investment. So anyway, thanks again for hanging out, guys. Hope everybody has a good night, and I'll catch you all tomorrow in the next live.